Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to solve the problem, yet another query problem. So in this question, we are given the array of n elements and a num queries. In each query, you are given three numbers L, R and K. And you have to tell how many indices are there in between L and R such that frequency of AI from index I to n minus 1 is K. So let's discuss with an example like array is given like 1, 1, 3, 4, 3. So we are given indices like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are given the query. First query is given as 0, 2, 2. So like this query has three elements L, R and K. So what is L and R? That means 0 to 2. It is given the range. So what we want to achieve, like here we are given index 0, 1 and 2 within the range 0, 1, 2. Now what is the element present at 0? It is 1. So we will say this is 1. What is the element present in 1? 1. What is element present at 2? 2 with index 3. So now, now for every index what I want, I will travel from 0 to n minus 1. Like I to n minus 1 basically. So here we travel from 0 to n minus 1 and check whether 0th element matches with how many elements. So here we can see 0th element is 1. First is this. Second one is this. It is not matching. It is not matching. It is not matching. So count is 2. So for 0th count is 2. Similarly, for this one, for first index, we will travel from 1 to, for one index. For every index, we will travel from I to n minus 1. So for one index, we will travel from 1 to n minus 1. So for 1, we will travel from 1 to n minus 1 and check 1th element matches with how many elements. So 1th element is 1. So 1th element matches with itself, 1, not matching, not matching, not matching. So that means it is only 1, 1. Now next, similarly, we will travel from, now we will go to second index. Second index element is 3. So we will check from 3 to n minus 1, how many elements are matching with it. So 3 is matching with itself, 1. 3 is matching with 4, no. 3 is matching with 3, yes. 3 is matching with 3, yes. So this is 1. So 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. So this is 2. So we can see count of the element from their range. So basically what we are doing, for every element, let's say element we are given, which is equals to array of j. So for every element, we are traversing from j to n minus 1 and checking how many elements are matching element. And we are doing count plus plus. So this is what we are getting. So next parameter is given is k. So we have to check how many elements are matching 2, 2. So both these has k is equals to 2, count is equals to 2, which is equal to k. So we will say within the range LNR for the query 1, answer is 2. So for this query, answer is 2. So let's clear it with a second range. Let's say we are given second range. So we will see next range. Just keep in mind we are traveling from for every query element Li to n minus 1. Let's clear with a different range. Like here we are given like 0 to 1. So this is L, R and K. So L to R, that is 0 to 2 we have to travel. So 0, 1 and 2. So for 0, 0th element is 1. 1th element is 1. 2th element is 3. So how many elements are matching for 0 to 2? So as we have already seen that like for 0 element is 1. So count is 1 itself. 1 here. 0 to n minus 1. We will travel from 0 to n minus 1. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. No, no, no. So we will see 2 counter available. So we will write 2. Similarly, here we will go from now next index 1. So we'll count how many ones are there. Here 1 only. So 1. Now for next. Now for next. Here we can see like for next 2 index. So we will check here. So for 2th index element is 3. Here element is 3. Here element is 3. So count is 2. But we want count is equals to 1. So count is equals to 1 is only possible at one index from L to R. So we will say answer is 1 here. So this was a question something like, so what the question and the brute force way looks like. Question the brute force way looks like we are given some queries. So what we'll do here, we will have first loop, which will travel from all queries till num queries. And for every query, we will travel from L to R, every range that is given. So here we are given L, R, and K, L, R, and K. So what we will do, we will travel from L to R, and for every L to R, we will travel from J to N minus 1 and check if what is array J. It is an element that we need to check if array J is equals to array of K. So initially count variable is equal to 0. We will do count plus plus. Okay, so this we want like, but if we do this, this will reach n, bigger of n cube. But according to the question as we are given, we need to get in bigger of n square time. Also, we can take extra space. So, so what is our aim? Our main target is to reduce the big of n cube to bigger of n square. So how we can do this? So here we, when we see this pseudo code which I've written in the big of n cube, so what we can observe? We can observe that if I rub this, we can observe that we need this loop compulsorily for traversing the query. We need this. We also need this. What we can do, we can store this in a frequency array. Like how I'm doing. Like let's say our array was, what was array? Our array was like 11343. So 11343 arrays like this. So here we are given 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So for every array element, we are given some query 0, 2, 2, 0, 2, 2, 0, 2, 1, 0, 4, 2, 0, 2, 2, 0, 2, 1, 0, 4, 2, 0, 2, 2, 0, 2, 1, 0, 4, 2. So what we are doing initially, we are maintaining a frequency array of n size, which is basically a 5 size. So for, let's say we are given this one element. So this one element will be matching in itself one count. This one element is matching with this one count, not matching 0, not matching 0, not matching 0. So this will be equal to 2. So we will store at the index 0, 2. Similarly, I will go to this index. Now, for this index, what I will do? I will do same thing. For element is 1. Now, is this in the given range? How many elements are matching this one? This one itself is already matching. And no, no, no. So it is 1. Now, let me go to next index. 2th index. Now for 2th index, element is 3. So element, so we have element is equals to 3. So within this range, how many 3s are there? 2 3s are there. So we'll write 2 here. Similarly, in when we come in this range, we will have 4. How many 4 are there? 1. And how many 3 are there within this range is equals to 1. So what we are taking? We are taking at every index I, we are taking count of elements from I to n minus 1 matching array of I. This is our mean. So what we do, what will be the pseudocode looks like according to above? As I've written above, what I will do, I will maintain a frequency array of n size, which is initially 0. So for every element, what I will do, I will make this as element is equals to array. Now, for every element, I will traverse from j is equals to I to n minus 1, obviously, and I will check if element is equals to array j, if the current element is matching with the current, if the element that we need is matching with the element from j I is equals to n minus 1. If it is matching, we will do count plus plus. Initially, count is equals to 0. So we will do count plus plus. Now, at the end, we will store this in frequency array. No, 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 not in answer. We will store this in frequency array. So frequency of I is equals to count. Now what we do? Now this is the what we store. Now what we will do? We will traverse from all query. Now this is the query loop that we were traversing. before. So for every query, what we do, we will travel from J is equals to L to R, whatever was L and R, we are given K also. Now what we will do, we know that for every index, we have stored, initially stored that for let's say R, we have stored L to N minus 1 answer. So here we have stored like frequency of L has stored the answer for L to N minus 1. So we have frequency of J. So if frequency of J is equals to K, then we do count plus plus. Here let's say count is equals to 0. So count plus plus and add, then we will store this in answer. Answer or pushback, count, and this we will done. So this is something like we have optimized big O of n cube to big O of n square. What I have done basically I have created a frequency array, and for what is frequency doing? Initially, what we were doing in brute force, we were traversing extra loop for getting j to n minus one, j to n minus one. So what I have done, I have instead of doing this, I have done like frequency of k will give the count, whatever count we are calculating, and we directly check whether equal to k. If it equal to k, then otherwise you can take the different variable like s here if you want, because we need to check k if the number of elements are matching k, that we need to check. So this was something like, so let's code it. This is really easy question. Just the criteria was to optimize the given space. So let's do this. So initially we can create a frequency array as I'm saying, n is equals to 0, and what I am doing, like I will traverse from every element, and for every element I will initialize a count variable, and I will drive from j to store the what it will store. Frequency array will store what is frequency of I, number of elements matching array I from I to n minus 1. So we are saying if array I is equal to array j, we will do count plus plus and add then frequency of I is equals to count. So this is what we're doing. This is the pre-computation that we're doing. This is the pre-computation part. Pre-computation part. Okay. This is the pre-computation part. Right. Okay. Now what we're doing, this is the main work that we do. What we do. Uh, I will tell the brute force approach here as well. Like if I travel from I is equals to 0, I less than in I plus plus. Now for every index, what I will do, we are for this is not an index, this is the query. We are traversing the query loop. So for every query, this has three parameters. Queries, array name is queries, q, array name is q. So q of I of 0, and what is r? Q of I of 1, and what is k? Q of I of 2. So for every range, we will check j is equals to L to r. What we will do, for every range, if I do the brute force, it will be big of n cube. So what I will do for every range, I will traverse k is equals to L, k is equals to j, comma k less than n, comma k plus plus. And I will make the count here. If in the brute force we do, and we will check that if array of j is equals to array of k, we will do count plus plus. So for every range, if count is equals to k, so we'll take a different count variable. Let's say count 2 is equals to 0. So what we will do, here we do the count 2 plus plus, and at the end, whatever is the answer array, we will push back that count to that how many elements are giving from I to n minus 1, frequency is equal to k. So what we will do, so instead of using this, we will not use this. So instead of using this, we will check if frequency of j is equal to k. If it is equal to k, we will do count to plus plus, or we can make it now count variable only. Count. Now what we will do, we will return the answer for every query. So I think this works fine. Let's try the code. every code. Basically, we are given the array. Let's change this to ERR. Yes, so let's try to submit. Yes, it is totally working fine. So this was all question all about the pre-computation we are making of the frequency. So this was all. So thank you. Have a nice day.